Good afternoon to everyone, and I'm Devraj. I'm assistant professor with the Department of Mechanical Engineering, BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore. And today I'm going to present to you all what exactly we can do with the NPTEL and we can do in classroom, and how I can take this NPTEL lectures or the web courses available beyond the what is available on the NPTEL website. So my contents of my today's lecture will why this NPTEL and what is exactly NPTEL as in its store, and how I can use this NPTEL in a classroom, and can the NPTEL lectures or the web pages, whatever is there, can I take it to the social learning platform, and my conclusions on my today's lecture. So why this NPTEL? So it's an I'm going to give a one page, one slide thing. What exactly is NPTEL? Why this NPTEL came into picture? So it's a Government of India educational project to focus on. First thing is like to improve the quality of engineering education. That's the first priority, and to provide a media-rich technical content where we have all the IITs and IIScs and other premier institutes come into picture and put their all technical content and share with everyone, and encourage the faculty to be better facilitators they can go through this NPTEL lectures, they can learn as much as possible, and they can be a better facilitators when they go to their classrooms. And this NPTEL is able to collaborate between all the IIScs, IITs and other institutes, and to keep everyone in a continuous mode of learning. So this where the five major aspects is what I could understand why this NPTEL was introduced. So when you look into this, what exactly this NPTEL has in its store? When I took a snapshot of the nptel.iitm.ac, what does it contain? It contains this is the front end of it, where I can have different sections on it. Maybe I will try to highlight some 4 to 5 sections which are very important for it. So the first section, what I could see is like we can have a speech to text and a workshop and gate preparation. So this one major aspect what every person who will get into or log into this NPTEL website has to look in. And recently, I think for the past 6 months or so, or in the past 2014, the NPTEL has started the NPTEL online certification courses. So we have a couple of NPTEL certification courses which are running and which are due in the pipeline. And all the courses, new courses, just add up in this window, whatever I shown. So I have taken this snapshot yesterday. So yesterday there was a couple of lectures which were added, and all the streams ranging from aerospace engineering, core sciences, or engineering. What is the number of courses available is listed in this. So I'll be focusing on each and every one, and then I will try to how I can use these lectures into my classroom. So when you look at the speech to text, this thing, so we have the main objective of this particular to have the information communication and technology ICT text transcriptions. So here if you look at it, actually we have a set of courses ranging from aerospace engineering to textile engineering, where we have the different videos, PDFs and MP3. So the text to this particular thing is available and anybody can use this. So the main objective of this training is actually when you look at the national mission, this is a Sakshat mission actually, the more information about this transcript is available there. And coming to this, most of us like after undergraduate, this thing they try to go for the post-graduation, or nowadays the gate to gate is a must and should if you are applying for any of the public sector companies and all. So this NPTEL website has rich sources, maybe the previous year question papers, or someone preparing for the GATE examination, he can take up the mock GATE tests actually. So we have a for different engineering streams, we have the set of previous year question papers as well as the present preparation test is there for many of the subjects, most of the subjects which I have listed in this. And the recently last year they launched this NPTEL online certification courses. So when you look closely into this the NPTEL website, there are 2 types of courses. One is a short-term course. So usually that is of around 20 hours duration, and you may have anybody can click into this particular course, and you have the maybe the faculty from any of the IITs or from premier institutes. They offer this course, and you can get this verified certificate once you are able to successfully complete this course. And the next type of the course available is a long-term course, so which runs for almost a semester, so almost for a 40 hours duration. So we have a couple of courses. So when you look into it, actually maybe from the July 1st, the coming July, so 24 new courses are going to be launched in more, maybe some of them are the short term of 20 hours duration, and some of them are for the long term duration, which is of 40 hours duration. And we have a couple of courses which are right now running when you look into the log into this, go into this NPTEL website. So what are the type of courses available NPTEL as in store? So we have video lecture courses and the web courses. So I'm trying to take the snapshot of what we have different engineering streams. Maybe either you take it as aerospace engineering, biotechnology, computer science, environmental science, mathematics, or nanotechnology, or maybe other than textile engineering, or some of the science subjects, basic courses for maybe the first sem or second sem, or mechanical, whatever it may, or some of the general subjects. We have set of courses. Maybe if you add up all the things, we may have nearly more than 600 courses available, which may be a video lecture course or a web courses available. So I'm going to speak something about taking the example of a mechanical engineering course, where I'm going to show a video lecture course and a web course, how we can customize these courses and make our students more user friendly, and also make them to take them to a platform where they can learn more from these NPTEL lectures. So I'm going to concentrate on two subjects. One is one of the basic thermodynamic course given by SK Som. It's a video course, and the applied thermodynamics given by Mallikarjun and Sundar Rajan and US Pishet. It's a web course. And what, as a faculty, as a student, what we need to clearly look into this, all these subjects, whatever whether it's whether it belongs to a mechanical stream or any kind of a stream. So we need to look at the syllabus, actually, what this syllabus, what it contains, then the course contents, and is there an option of the interaction between the faculty or teaching faculty or not. So these are things what we need to look at. So when I click on the syllabus, actually, so I'll be able to get the coordinator for this course. So for the basic thermodynamic course is Professor SK Som from IIT Kharagpur. And when I look at the course detail, so for each thing, what I'm going to get all the big topics. It may have subtopics also. When you go deep into the video lectures or the web course, I'll be getting the subtopics. So whether when we try to take these courses to our classroom, so we need to see whether these courses, what are the topics are matching with the syllabus of that particular university or maybe autonomous institution, whatever it may. We need to look closely into that particular thing. So the first thing is the syllabus should be able to match. And the second thing is when I look at the lectures, what is available, so we do have the different topics running it for different, each topic running for 1 hour duration. So most of the courses, they run for at least 40 hours. Maximum of the courses, with video courses which are available, they are of 40 hours duration, each lecture running for 1 hour. So when you look at the window pan of it, so we'd have the video, so where we have a flow player where we can that particular click on the particular topic, we can play the video, and I can click on the watch on YouTube video, where I can, whatever the video that is available on NPTEL website, when I click on it, it can directly take you to the YouTube. That is a plus point for us, where we can do a lot of customization of this particular thing. And you can download the video, so what is available on the NPTEL. So it can be an MP4 format or a flash format, FLV format, or nowadays we can, many of us like to have this videos on our mobile, so it can be a 3GP format. So we can download these videos and we can watch it. So when you come to the web courses, actually, so web courses, the similar fashion, where we can look into the syllabus, maybe in the left hand side we can have the coordinates of that particular subject, and you have the contents of the that course maybe as a syllabus on the right hand side and with a reference and all. So that's a very common, whether it's a video course or a web course. And coming to the contents of the web course, so web course usually we will be having in the form of a PDF content, or it can be an HTML format. So it's a PDF content. Actually, I'll be getting the similar kind of topics available on the left hand side, and the right hand side, when I click on the one particular topic, I'll be getting the corresponding a PDF document. So which the PDF document can be downloaded and I can customize it. I can do many things in it. As I move forward, I'll be sure what are the customization tools which are available, where a faculty who's teaching a particular subject, he can be more innovative and use this material available on the NPTEL in his classroom. And the second form of the web course available is like content will be in the form of HTML. So where the same subject, maybe you have a different topics, and you can just click on the this particular thing. So this is an HTML web page, and you will be getting you can walk through the content available on the web page. So once we have this NPTEL lectures or NPTEL material with us actually, so what most of the students, I interacted with most of the students, what are the feedback what I get from the students is most of the videos are of 1 hour duration. So sharing the link with the students or sharing that particular video with the students, and it will be monotonous for the students. So as a faculty, as a facilitator, what we need to create interest among these NPTEL lectures among the students is to come up with some kind of innovative intervention. I call it as an intervention, where I can take a 1 hour lecture, crop the video based on my subtopics and give it to the students. Or I can take the same NPTEL video lecture which is available on YouTube, add questions to it at different time intervals. It's something like a quiz, and give it to the students. So this will make the students more, this will create some kind of a learning, or the students will be in a better position to learn, and they'll be better learners. Or maybe if you take one particular subject, maybe if you go to look at the NPTEL lectures, the same subject has been taught by maybe 2 or 3 faculty members, maybe one from IIT Kharagpur, another from IIT Bombay, and one from IIT Madras. So the way they discuss the particular topic may be different. So what we can do, say for example, if we take one particular subtopic, and if you have an application, maybe in the Google, maybe Google Chrome or something, you can group those videos and I can release to the students, give it to the students. So this will make the students learn that particular topic in a better fashion. So maybe in the coming slides, what I will be discussing is what are these innovative intervention tools which can be used, so I can make my classroom a better one when I use my NPTEL lectures. So what are the tools? So I'm going to discuss upon these 5 tools. Out of this, I have used around 3 to 4 tools which I have used, and they have been successful, and I've been sharing these tools or the content created by using these tools on my Edmodo social learning tools. So I'm going to name 5 of these particular tools what I use. There may be many. One of them is a Blubber. So using a Blubber, what I can do is, like, if I take a YouTube video, I can create quizzes using this Blubber tool. And if I move to the one more tool, what is called as Teachem, where I can create a small lesson out of it and around a YouTube video what is available. And one more useful tool available is EduCanon, which is an application available on Google Chrome, where I can design a lesson and around the YouTube videos, which is once again the NPTEL videos, which is available on the YouTube. And one more thing is video notes, where I can take notes on the videos being watched. So maybe I'm watching a video. Maybe if I release a cropped 10-minute video, if I release to a student, I can add a note. Maybe exactly at 5 minutes, you're going to see a derivation on that particular subtopic. Or maybe at particular 15th minute, I can tell the student that this is very important. This you watch it once again, the derivation or maybe the problem, whatever it may be. So I can add some kind of a notes and give it to the students or release to the students. And one more, one of the best what I could see is the ED puzzle. where I can, if I'm releasing an NPTEL video, crop video to the students, maybe at one particular point I can insert my audio notes and tell him that it's in my own voice. I can tell that about something, description about that particular small topic, and I can record it over the existing video with our own voice, and I can add a question at any given point. So these 5 apps, or we can call it as applications, which are available, which makes the NPTEL videos more attractive. So I'll discuss one by one. Maybe out of 5, maybe I'll try to discuss, or whatever that, maybe 2 or 3 in this lecture. So Blubber TV, what is exactly? See, this Blubber TV, maybe the whatever the front page what I'm showing. So usually if you click on this blubber.tv, so it will take you to a login page where I can log in with my Google account, or I can log in with my Facebook account. So I can create my own Trivi. So this call it as whatever that particular thing what you're going to create, I call it as TRIV, Trivi. So now that particular Trivi, I had to give a title. So as I'm using it for my thermodynamics course, I'm giving that as thermodynamic fundamentals as the title of that particular Trivi. Once I click on this arrow mark, I'll be getting search for the video you want. So I can copy the YouTube NPTEL video and paste it here and click on this arrow. Once I'm done that, I'll be getting this particular screen where this is the video lecture of this NPTEL lecture available. So thermodynamics is Professor S.K. So this is the video available, and the advantage is I can crop this video. So by sliding this particular bar, so this is a 1 hour lecture, I can crop it to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes, whatever may be. So that particular subtopic, I can do that. Then I can add a question at a given point. Say for example, at 5 minutes I want to add a question. So when the video has come to that particular point, I can stop it, I can add a video. I can add a question. So this question is maybe one correct answer, and you can have 3 wrong answers. So you can have a multiple choice question, and you can add as many questions you want, and after adding all the at least questions, you can click on this I am done. So once you are done, so you'll be getting a screen of this kind actually. So where at that particular point, at particular point 1, I've added a question. So that is something called as zeroth law of thermodynamics. What exactly you learn from define. So does it define a thermal equilibrium, or a temperature, or a pressure, or a velocity? So when I relay this particular video to the student, so you will be able to watching the same NPTEL video lecture, and that particular point the video will stop, and this question will pop up, and he has to answer to this question, so which clearly indicates whether what he understood from watching that lecture. So I can add as many questions as I want, and this is one particular application which I feel may be very effective and helpful when I'm using the NPTEL lectures in my classroom. So once I'm done with it, actually, I can share it. I can share the embedded video, the same thing, cropped video. I can share it. I can send a direct link to the student. It's once again the NPTEL lecture, modified form of it. I'm not modifying the major content of it. I'm adding certain questions to it. So the students' understanding can be improved, or I can share this video on the Facebook or a Twitter or a Google Plus. I can add wherever I want, I can add it. So I can bring in my plus means I can add in my one more social learning tool, which can be Edmodo, or it can be Wixit, whatever the kind of tools I can add in, and I can share with my students. So this will add a new dimension to the NPTEL video lectures being shared with the students. So one more website, one more tool what we can use is an EduCanon tool. So in EduCanon tool, maybe the link is educanon.com. You can log in, create your own sign-in using a Google account, or there is a social learning tool what we call as Edmodo, so which I have been using extensively. And when I log in, so each particular kind of a lesson what we are going to, we call that as a bulb actually. Once I create, so if you click on this design, so I can create a new bulb. New bulb means something like taking a video, adding questions to it, and releasing it to the student. So I can assign to a particular group of my classroom, And one advantage using this EduCanon is I can monitor what my students are doing. So if you have released one particular NPTEL lectures to the student, maybe a cropped one, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, if you added a question, you can monitor how many of your students are able to log in and watch the video, and you can get a feedback how many learned from it actually. So this is my the front end, what you get from the EduCanon this thing. So I can type a title here, and I can bring in my YouTube, that particular video here, and then I can add lesson details. They said what I'm trying to discuss with the students, and I can add questions. So I can crop the video, and I can, once I finish the build, actually I can release it to my students. So this is what I can do. So it's not only restricted to YouTube, NPTEL. I can add in any kind of video and release it to my students. So this is one particular maybe the heat transfer thing what I have created on EduCanon, and each of my orange markings represent the question at that particular. So when the video is played, exactly, the video will come and stop at that particular point, and the question will pop up. So the student has to answer to that question, and then it will move forward. So when the question is wrong, a thumbs down symbol comes, and when the question is answered correctly, a thumbs up symbol will come. So the student, when there's a thumbs down symbol, student can go back, we can pull back that particular bar, and he can relook at the video and come back to the same question, and he can. So this will improve the learning capability of the students. So one more the application which can be used in conjunction with the NPTEL videos is the video notes. So when you look at this particular video note, so video note.es, so this has been extensively, when I closely look into this particular website front end, so this has been extensively used by the open MOOC courses, where Udacity, EDX, or Coursera, they are the top MOOC offering courses, and it's available for the YouTube videos also. The advantage we can take is my NPTEL videos are available on YouTube. I can take the help of this particular tool. So how I can use this particular tool is like I can copy and paste the NPTEL video lecture link from the YouTube, and I can load the video in this particular window. Once I load it, I can add the questions in this untitled notes actually. And there's an option actually. You can click on this. Whatever I do it here, I can share it on my Google Drive. So video and notes are saved on my Google Drive, and I can share with my students. So nowadays, most of us, we do have an Google account, so it's easy for us to share with the students. So one of the video lecture, so this maybe from the same basic thermodynamics video lecture. So I have taken the second law of thermodynamics video lecture, where maybe on the left hand side I could see the preview of the that particular lecture, and you can see on the right hand side. See, maybe the particular faculty or the IIT, maybe SK Som is at exactly at 10:46. He is trying to discussion on internal energy. So this will, I'll be highlighting. So when I come to the, maybe when the video is released to the students, so on the right hand side you will be exactly looking at this what is available. So maybe at exactly you'll be more focused. So at maybe in and around maybe 10 minutes time or something. So maybe the faculty is going to release or is going to discuss on the internal energy. Maybe at the 28-minute time, so he is going to discuss about something about the control volume, and maybe at the 42 minutes he is going to discuss something about the steady flow energy equation. So any video, if such notes are given to the students, so they will be better, they will be in a better frame of mind, they will be knowing what is discussed at that given particular time of point. So once this particular video is, maybe it can be a 1 hour video or it can be a crop video, whatever it may be, I can release and I can share. If you, once you click on this particular thing, I can click on this share. If you have the email ID of that particular student, whatever, you can share it. You can click on this. You can view, or you can edit also. So whatever it may be, I can share it. So once this particular thing is, so the student just has to just log into the Gmail account, whatever the mail he has received. Just click on the video. So you will be getting this particular view, and you can play and you can watch that particular video. You will be exactly knowing what exactly is learning from that video. So one more application what we can use is the Edpuzzle actually. So Edpuzzle is one more thing where it is edpuzzle.com. If you log into the edpuzzle.com, so you can be it is for the student. So if I log in as a teacher, I'll be getting a different GUI, and if I'm logging it as a student, I'll be only viewing what as my faculty or my teacher has released to me. So if I log in as a teacher, so maybe I can use it to log in using my either a Facebook account or my Google account. I'll be getting something what is there at the. I can, once again you can see, I can link all my YouTube videos. So as my NPTEL video lectures are available on my YouTube, I'll be able to use this application more in a better manner. So I can pick a video. So that video can be an NPTEL lecture, video lecture available on YouTube. Just copy paste and make it your lesson. So what is making it a lesson means, so this particular thing where I can add my voice and I can create some kind of a notes and then assign to my class. And one advantage what I could see is I can check my students' progress also, how the students are doing. So NPTEL lectures, how they are able to use it. So it happens in 4 steps actually. So you take a NPTEL video lecture, make it your part of your lesson, assign to students and check your student progress. I can do it in using one application in my class. So one of the example I have taken. So I have taken the same basic thermodynamics one fundamental this thing. Maybe at the bottom or maybe at the top you can see this particular thing is to crop the video, and maybe at the bottom you can see that particular, I can, this arrows I can, wherever I want I can move it. Maybe the whole 1 hour lecture I can make it either a 10 minutes or a 15 minutes, whatever it may be, and then I can save it. I can save that particular crop video. Once if I click on finish, it will go to the next step actually. So I can save it. Once I save, I can go to the next step. So in the next step, I'll be taking that particular video and it will come to this particular thing where I can add my audio track. So that means you are trying to add your voice over what is available. You can clearly explain, maybe just like you are discussing in the class, just like playing a video in the class and you are trying to discuss with your students. I can do it. So this is one added advantage which I can use it. So whenever I see this kind of a video, that means I can use my mic to add my voice to it actually. Once this is done, I can click on this icon, so save, so that particular point is saved, and then I can add my recorded audio notes also. So this is very important, something like this particular video, this becomes very useful when I'm trying to comment on the video lectures, maybe at the beginning or at the end or somewhere at the middle. So I can comment on it and I can release to the students. So once I'm done that, I can save it, and maybe at the end I can add some questions also to it. So that's one advantage with this edpuzzle.com this thing. Once I'm done with it actually, so I can name it as a class. So what are the kind of class? And you have an option, prevent skipping. So usually what we will do is, like if I release it to the 30 students, all 30 students out, so it keeps telling them you are supposed to watch this video, and I can set a due date. So due date maybe at a particular time you want to release this particular video. So something like I have a set of videos available on my NPTEL and you have done enough work on it, maybe a crop videos, you have created such thing. So you want to release these videos one after the other. Maybe tomorrow, maybe today, day after tomorrow. So if you have a set of 10 videos, all these things you need not every time release it. You can plan it, you can schedule it and release it to the students. So the students have an option. So they can come and log into this Edpuzzle with the code actually. So this is the class code. So thermodynamics, once I created this, thermodynamics, if any student, if he logs into edpuzzle.com, if he's working as a student, he can join with this course code, this class code, and you'll be directly getting to the thermodynamics videos what the faculty has released, so which are NPTEL videos released to the students. So once I'm done, I can share it on my Twitter, or I can share it on my Gmail, or I can share it with other social learning platforms. So this is one most advantageous tool what anybody can use it when I'm using my NPTEL video lectures. So one more thing, one more tool what I came across other than what the 5 videos I told is, it's a blend spaces actually. So blend space, it's very useful when the same course is taught by different faculty of maybe IITs or IIScs, whatever, maybe they are available on the NPTEL, and the same topic is discussed by different faculty, same topic or same subtopic. So what I can do is actually, in this video, maybe a cropped video link or whatever it may be, I can come and paste it here with maybe with the blend spaces. I can have a login. I can log in with my either my Gmail or my Facebook account, whatever it may. I can come over here and paste the link, and I can arrange the links in the fashion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can have at least until 20 cropped videos. I can have one after the other, and all the videos, maybe it can be from YouTube, NPTEL videos, I can share with my students. So this, using this particular thing, so the students will be in a better position. The same video lecture, subtopic, how different IIT faculties are able to teach the same subtopic. So they will be in a better position to, so whatever maybe, this will lead to a better understanding of the same subtopic. So this is what I have created the blend spaces for my students. I'm just showing an example. So for different courses I have done, maybe heat transfer or heat transfer, and you can see, you can monitor, so how many students are logged in. So once you're shared with your students, how many views are there? Maybe convector heat transfer videos, what I shared, maybe what is available. So we have around 61 views, 21 views, 31 views. So you can, whether your students are really looking into the videos or NPTEL videos shared with the students, you can have a look at it actually. So most of these videos are group, they're all group videos actually. So it's very beneficial. It will be very useful if it is used in the classroom. So whatever I discussed, those are all with respect to the video lectures. And the NPTEL contents, it's also available in the form of the PDF document as well as in the web document. So I'm going to discuss about something like, if the content is available in the form of a PDF. So just downloading a PDF and sharing with the students, asking the students to go through it, maybe the student may not in a position to understand that particular thing. So the faculty has to intervene and add some comments, maybe at one particular explanation, add some comments to it, to the existing PDF document, add some shapes to it, images, some sticky notes, some highlighting thing. If you're able to do it and release it to the students, so the students will be in the same better position to learn that particular subject. So maybe I have come across this 4 tools where we can do some kind of modification to the existing, add some comments to the existing document. So one particular such note is A.Note actually. Actually this is a paid one. So where I can add text notes, I can highlight it, and I can strike through, and I can have a thread, some kind of a threaded comments, and I can tag it. So these things I can do. So this comes with some kind of a pay, maybe some $2 or something. And I'm looking. I also looked at some of the free tools which are available. So one of such tool is the PDF Escape. So the similar thing, what you can do it in A-Note, maybe except the tags and all, I can do the same thing using this PDF Escape or a group docs or a Croc-Doc. Once again, the group docs is something like it's a paid one, where I can do some kind of a markup text in the real-time scenarios. So I'll be discussing about the PDF Escape, which is a free tool available. So when I log into this pdfescape.com, so this is how my front end will look like. So you can sign up using any of your Gmail account or using your credentials. You can do things, and you can browse for the PDF document, and you can drop here, or you can drag and drop your PDF document, and you can click on this option, upload. Or if you can have the PDF document which is available on the internet, just like most of the PDF documents which are available on the NPTEL also can be loaded directly. Or if you have some kind of a PDF document on your desktop, you can load it. or if you have loaded some previously opened PDF document, those things also can be loaded. Only the constraint is it should be having the space should be less than 10 MB and less than 100 pages. So most of the PDF documents which are available on the NPTEL list, there are not more than around 15 to 20 pages. So if you look into it actually, so the NPTEL documents can be easily loaded on using this particular tool actually. Once I'm done, so what I've done is like I have loaded one particular document with respect to applied thermodynamics. So maybe the gas power cycles are 3-page documents. So once I load it, so I can add an insert text. So maybe at this particular thing, so classification of cycles, I can add one text here. I can tell, so this is with respect to air standard cycles. So that is a comment. So when the student is discussing, student comes to look into this PDF document, so he will come to know that yes, this discusses on the air as the working substance. So I can highlight it. I can draw some kind of a freehand, I can add some kind of a sketch to it or some kind of a figure to it, or if there is an additional link available to it, I can add at the particular point. So without doing any major modifications with the existing PDF document on the NPTEL, I can add some content so that it make it more user friendly with my students. Or what I can do is, if it is a PDF document of 20 pages, I can customize it to 3 pages or 4 pages, add my comments, and if I want, I can add my notes and release to my students. Like this, not only I'm sharing the NPTEL document, I'm also adding a value to it. So students will be in a better position to learn. Or I can do an annotation to the existing sticky note, or I can highlight it, or I can crop and release to my students. So what and all I was doing with respect to my video lectures, adding some cropping or appending, all those things, I can do with my PDF documents also. So once I have discussed something about what I can do with my video lectures and PDF documents. So I'll be when all these contents are available. So every time a student going to the nptel.com, instead of going to there, I can share with my some of the educational social learning tools. So which I have been using. So one of such education tool is Edmodo, and I have used Wixit. And one more learning tool is Computing Plus Plus, where it's more of mathematics oriented things are discussed, or maybe something like if you're using a Web2 platform tools, I can go with My Big Campus, or I can create a page on my Facebook or a Twitter and share this information. So where I can connect better connected with my students. So to conclude about this particular lecture, what I can do is, so technology is a must to make a classroom more attractive. So rather asking my students to log into nptel.com, nptel.iitm.ac.in, every time go there and look into the lecture. So maybe the faculty to be a better as a better facilitator. So what he can do is he can try to without morphing the content, you can add some kind of a flavor to the existing content, so it becomes more user friendly in addition to the conventional blackboard teaching what we are trying to do in the classroom. And also the students can enhance learning through a short or a crop videos, maybe of 10 minutes or 15 minutes video discussions. Also, when I bring in the social learning aspect, so when I release the content, which can be a video lecture, or it can be a PDF document, or whatever it may be. So if I use a social learning aspect in it, actually, I can have some kind of threaded discussions where students are allowed to ask questions. One student can ask a question and other student can respond to it, and then the faculty as a moderator can intervene and clear their doubts. So this kind of things can lead to some kind of a threaded discussion. So will definitely improve the learning capability of the student. So So I would like to thank our principal, vice principal, and head of the department, mechanical engineering and BMS education. It's an opportunity for me to the present what I'm trying to in this lecture, what I'm trying to explain, how we can do certain things to make this NPTEL lectures or other kind of video lectures available more attractive to students. So I thank one and all. Uh, so any questions, I'm ready to take. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Is there any tools through which students can be graded depending on their responses after watching a part of the NPTEL video?
Uh, we don't have any tools to grade them right now on PTEL lectures. What we can see is whether the students have really gone through these videos or not. Maybe I was showing you that EduCanon app actually. Maybe using that, I will be blend space or something. I can know if I'm teaching for the students of 60 students, I'll be knowing at least how many of students have turned to that video lectures which has been released to students. But I won't be able to do any grading there because it's not an assignment or something like
Participants are asking if it's possible to share the video, sir. You can send it to me. I will send it, sir.
that. Sure, sure, sure. What I will do is I will try to put these videos on a Google Drive and share the link.
Okay, sir. Many of the audience are thanking you for the very informative lecture, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. It's something like I was trying to do something innovative kind of thing. So most of the things I have tried. So this will be very useful. We should, as a faculty member, we should try this.
Is it possible to convert NPTEL courses like MOOC course from the coordinator of the course?
We can do it, but whether we need to get any special permission from the NPTEL or maybe the organizing team from the IITs, whether we need to get some special permission and all, maybe that may be something blocking us. Otherwise, I think we can do that because we do have a very rich resource material, educational content available on NPTEL lectures. We can do that, I think.
Same faculty is asking how can we get permission?
Maybe we may have to go through a proper channel, maybe head of the institution or someone can, maybe I want to launch it, maybe I have to go through my either principal or someone approach the IIT. I think IIT Madras is what I think NPTEL, they are the resource persons. Maybe we can approach them whether we have to get the permission, I think. Or we can collaborate with them. Maybe if they have some idea, maybe we can work with them.
Is the certification through NPTEL a paid process or free of cost?
I think right now it's free of cost. Whatever the particular, most of them are pilot or something like that. Maybe if you, maybe if something like verified something, maybe we have to pay. Right now it is free of cost. Is what I have.
Thank you very much, sir. Those are all the questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.